Well, hello everybody. Sorry about that. The stream, glitched out at the very beginning there and, dumped for a second. I'm trying to figure out, make sure everything's going to be stable. Looks like it is. Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm Atheenon, and welcome back to some Long Dark. How y'all doing today? We're going to play a little Long Dark. We're going to do a little 7 Days to Die today. We've got our 50 days in every zone run going right now. We are currently going to be going over towards the... we zoned in here just to get a save point and to get a little warmed up, I think. But we are going to be going to the back to Thompson's Crossing because tonight we're going to have an Aurora. Let's go ahead and just build this fire up real... What? Wait a second. Where's my coal?
Damn. I'm freezing.
Wait a second. Did it not save any of the stuff that I did? Wait a second. It did... Okay, well... I thought we had a save point, but we obviously did not. Yeah, the stream glitched out at the beginning, Beetlebee. It dumped real quick and didn't want to actually be good, so I restarted the stream. I restarted and it seems to be holding stable now. It was that whole stability issue. It was unstable at the beginning. It was like the kilobytes per second kept going up and down and up and down, up and down. Okay, why do I not have... What is going on? Why did I... Where's my coal? I'm so confused right now.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, so for some reason the game did not save our progress. That is so weird. Okay. Hey, Deathly Cast, how you doing? It's been ages since I've been on YouTube or Twitch in real life. Came into play more, but hope you're doing great. Love your Long Dark videos. Aw, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a great day as well. Hope things are going good for you. Actually, let's go dump our sticks up here. Okay, for some reason, we had already gone through this cave and got all the coal. For some reason, it didn't save our game properly. So we're gonna have to repeat what we did last time and go through this cave again and grab the coal. But that's okay. That's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Just have to do a little bit of a repeat. But we're going to go back to the Thompson's Crossing today because I want to get our... I want to get the trader talked to. I want to talk to the trader. Because we do have a radio there in Thompson's Crossing. So, and we did fix the radio tower today. So tonight we should have an Aurora.
Starting to weigh me down.
So that I'm super excited to do. All right, let's go ahead. We'll dump off our sticks out here, and we'll feed a coal into the fire too. We do need to make up. So we have all of our coffees then. Yeah, we've got our 2 tins of coffee still. Okay, interesting. Let's drink our soda. We got some cattails we can still eat. Okay. Interesting. I'm just gonna dump the sticks here. I can burn the practical... I can burn the practical gunsmithing and the frozen angler because I've read both of those. And I'll throw a piece of coal on there too. We do have Cooking 5. Yes, we do have Cooking 5. Would I ever try this in real life? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not a big fan of the cold. I'm not a big fan of it of being cold, so I probably would not try it in real life. But it's a good question, Goat. But yeah, I probably wouldn't. I'm just not a big fan of the cold. Ugh. I like it warm. The cold is always just too cold for me. My goodness, Ateo with the 6-month resub. Thank you for the 6 months, Ateo. Appreciate that very, very much. Oh, let's grab our coffee off of here. Drink that down. Perfect. Let's make 2 coffees real quick.
360 just resubscribed for 6 months. Greetings. Finally
Greetings to you, my friend. I hope you're having a grand day. Alright. Grab those. Grab a torch. Alright, let's go back in. Let's go grab the rest of this coal real quick. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. We did all this yesterday, but now I have to go back and do it again because the game did not save for some reason or another, which is strange.
I need to drop something.
I want to touch all the cairns too. Okay. Which means the coal's still down here. So weird. Been doing great myself. Kids growing up, got new kitty cat since last week. Been doing some TLD other games alongside. Aside it whenever I could and can. Yeah. Oh, totally, deathly cast. Today we're doing Long Dark, and then we're gonna be playing a little bit of 7 Days to Die. Tomorrow we're gonna trudge back. We're gonna trudge back into Expedition 33 and play some more of that. And then Wednesday we're gonna do Long Dark and some more 7 Days to Die. Probably Wednesday's my mainstream day because I don't work that day. Today we have a little bit longer time to play because I don't work till late tonight. And then tomorrow I am on the earlier shift tomorrow, so I don't have as much time tomorrow to stream. So we're just gonna do a couple hours of Expedition 33 and have fun with that. I've been quite enjoying Expedition 33 though. That's been just a great game. I like the story. I dig the combat. It's kind of fun. You get a very good. You feel really good when you actually like. Okay, that was weird. There was like multiple coals sitting there. Yeah, well, in 7 Days to Die is coming out soon with their. They're going to be having a streamer weekend here on the 14th, 15th, I think. That was so much coal. Yeah, it was a bunch of coal, wasn't it? It was like duplicate coal. So we came out with 9 coal here, so that's not bad. But yeah, they're coming out with their Gathering Storms update. Yeah, the 14th, the 13th, 14th, and 15th, they're having a streamer weekend to showcase the new Gathering Storms update, where they're going to be adding in dynamic weather to the game, as well as different effects when you go into other zones. Oh, they've actually 7 Days is already in full 1.0 release. Yep, it's already in version 1.4 now. But yeah, it's been fully released since late last year. If you they did that because they needed to re-release it for PlayStation, Xbox, and those. So you have to re-buy the game if you have it on console because the game is not the game does not work properly if it's on console. So, yep, they've gone into full release though. Oh, if you have it on Steam, then you automatically get it. You can update it to full release. Yep. If you have it on Steam, you already have the full release update. Okay, so does zoning into this cave not give us a save point? I guess it doesn't. No, it says saving. Okay, that's really weird. That's very strange. I'm gonna leave some of the sticks here. Okay. Let's grab another torch out of that. How many torches do I got right now? I got a few. I got enough. Okay. We already checked this body, right? Yeah, we did. Okay. Now the moose is over here as well, or the cougar's over here. Here's Hilltop Cave. The cougar's over in this direction somewhere. I don't know exactly where the cougar is. And I don't want to stumble on top of him because that could be bad. But yeah, if you own 7 days on Steam, you get the update automatically. Unfortunately, if you have it on console, you don't get the automatic update because the console stuff they didn't own the console version. That was on like PlayStation stuff. That was through a separate party that distributed it to those platforms. Words are hard. I just want to see if we can even get over to Pensive Pond. Yeah, not having the cougar active is annoying. It won't be once we can fight him. But right now, having the cougar active is kind of an annoying pain in the ass. Especially since the only thing that'll hold the cougar off is a fire. There's a couple maples over there. As my friend has said, your English is not so pretty. Okay. I don't know what to say to that. My English is bad. See, that was the cougar. I don't know how close the cougar is. I don't know where he is. I know you hear them before you see them. So can we go into the hut here? We can. So the hut's safe from the cougar. Okay, piece of metal. But how you doing, Ease? I hope you're having a good day. We're gonna back away, back away. I don't know where the cougar's at. Whew. I'm not doing too bad other than stressing about the cougar right now. This guy looks like a victim of the cougar. It looks like the cougar got him. No, that wasn't my stomach. That was the cougar going round. Well, we're already overweight. Let's just drop a few things. Oh, we got 32 sticks on us. Let's just drop some sticks. There we go. Well, the biggest problem with the cougar is once he locks onto you, he just attacks you. Yeah, there's a deer down here. Yeah, we're going towards Contemplation Bridge, so I don't think he's down here. Now he's just got me nervous. Now he's just got me nervous. Hey, there's a burdock root. Go grab that. Hey, Faith, how you doing? Yeah, it's just sucky with the cougar not knowing where exactly he's at. Are we actually... We're actually in warm temperatures right now? Oh my god! So we're like right about in here somewhere. We should be safe, I think. Because there's the bridge over there. Yeah, positive temperatures on day 100 and... What, 111? It must be because it's 111th. My 111th birthday. Hey, Eugene, how you doing? What time of day is it? Okay, it's still a little bit early, so start a little fire, and then we'll go kill a couple rabbits and eat them real quick. We do need to get to Thompson's Crossing before it gets dark, because after dark, there's going to be an aurora, and yeah, that's not going to be good. I forgot to put my long dark hat on. Didn't I? I was so excited to get on, I forgot to put the long dark hat on. We'll have to rectify that here in a second. Let's get these rabbits first. Bye-bye. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the long dark hat out. Yep, we gotta do a little long dark hat here. There we go. There we go. Now we're officially ready to go. Let's make sure we're officially on, like, proper here. There we are. Thank you, Eugene. I forgot completely about it. That's just bad. That's just bad on me.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Little baby rabbit. All right. And what about your buddy here? Hey, he's not a baby, but he's a little better. He's a little better. He's got the kilo on him. And what we're gonna do, since we got a little fire here, let's see, how are we doing on water? Yeah, we got enough water. Oh, I have a little extra meat on me. A little tiny shard there. Hey Neil, how you doing? And then let's get that down. Let's go ahead and put a, oops, not water. Let's put a coffee in here. Get a porridge going in there. When you're trying to make rabbit pies, don't get enough meat after getting 2 of them. Yeah, well, that's the problem I always have with ptarmigans. Is I'm always shy on the ptarmigan meat, you know? It's like, gosh, dang it. Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Alright, let's grab that, grab a few torches off the fire here. We got out of cougar territory, so that's good. At least we know we can go to Pensive Pond if we want to. I sort of want to bring some more bring a little more charcoal out here and map a little bit more and just see exactly where he's at. I think he's over by the. Oops, we need to drop a torch or two. Let's drop you and drop you. There we go. I sort of want to see where he's at, because we know he's not at Pensive Pond, but he's close. I think the picnic area is where he's at. So if he's over at the picnic area, I don't know how far he ranges though. That's the big problem, is how far out does he range from that area? All right, Thompson's Crossing, here we come, baby. Turn the cougar off. I got enough moose problems, yeah. That's pretty normal. I mean, you know, I can't say I blame you. Can't say I blame you there. The moose does give you enough problems a lot of the time. He gives you enough excitement to keep you going. So. So we still need to go to 3 strikes. We need to go to the place up between Pleasant Valley and Coastal Highway. So we've got a couple places we still need to go. The cave between there to get some coal, at least gather the coal and dump it off. We could also travel down the river from Thompson's Crossing and go into... There's a cave down there on the river, and we can pick up cattails, too, that's on the river there, too, so... But I think tomorrow we need to head back and clear our rabbit traps as well, so... I tried cougar out, and not a fan. It's just a wolf with more than bear health. Yeah. Well, it's a wolf with bear health, and the only way to kill him is the moose. Is like a moose. You have to one-shot him to kill him. That's the thing. It's like the worst traits of all 3 animals. It's like a timber wolf because he never loses track of you once he has track of you. And he's not afraid of anything but fire. Of, like, actual fire. He's not afraid of a torch or a flare or anything like that. And so he's like a moose in that sense. Plus, it takes 1 hit to kill him. You have to kill him in 1 shot like the moose. And he's very tough like the bear. And then he gets hard. Then he hits you hard, too. He's just like... Yeah. The cougar, once you... And the sad thing about him is once you kill him once, you really don't need to kill him again. Because once you've killed him, you can make the knife and the cougar cloak from him, and then you really don't need to kill him again. Yeah, he doesn't bleed out. He's just kind of a pain in the ass. The pensive pond moose is rare. Yeah, he is. I'd rather fight two moose than a cougar. I think the thing that bothers me the most with the cougar is that, and the same thing sort of bothers me with the timber wolves, although you can technically sneak by timber wolves if they don't see you. But the problem with the cougar is you can't sneak by them no matter what. Every other animal, including the timber wolves, no matter how much I hate the timber wolves, you can sneak by them if you see them first. The cougar, you can't sneak by him. Once he's on you, once he's tracking you or whatever, you're done. You have to either fight him or build a fire and hide behind it, one way or the other. There's no way to like avoid him when he's in a certain area.
No power in the verse can stop me.
Yeah, the cougar's volume annoying. Yeah, well, and that is the other thing, Shipple. Most animals you can hear in your headphones where they are in relation to you. The cougar, he just sounds like he's all around you all the time. It reminds me a lot of how the bear used to be with you remember back in the day when bear crows were really super loud? Back in the day, the bear crows were so loud, it sounded like the bear was 10 feet away from you when the bear was like literally almost across the map from you. And the cougar noise is very much the same. The sound design in this game is really good, with a few exceptions, and the cougar is one of them. The cougar sound design just is horrendous. It's just not good, and they need to work on it. I wouldn't mind so much if I could tell what direction the cougar is from me. But he just sounds like he's all around me. It's supposed to be a climatic, but they overcooked with that one. I think it's intentional. Oh, I think it's intentional too, Shipple. They don't like it when people criticize things. And so I think they intentionally overcorrected with the Cougar. I really truly do. I wouldn't say that Hinterland's a little vindictive on things like that, but nah, I'd say that. I think they went a little too far with the Cougar. When this game came out, it was way harder. Well, yeah, it was a lot more basic back then, Rachel. There weren't as many zones. I mean, every time they add a zone or they add a different kind of piece of loot or something like that, they've made the game incrementally, if you could say, easier. But back in the day, the game has not become easier. It's just that the game has become less difficult as far as scarcity of loot. Scarcity of loot, I think, was really the thing in the beginning that made this game hard. You couldn't find certain things very often, and I wish with the custom game they would go back to a point. I wish you could, with the custom game, choose to have a certain number of items in the game. I wish they would allow you to be like, okay, I only want to have 1 of this, or I want to have 5 of this, or I want to say 6 of this. You know, I wish they would allow you to sort of tailor the game loot to what you want, and I think that would sort of return some of the difficulty to the game. All right, so we got the radio here. Let's sleep for a couple hours because we are kind of tired. Let's just sleep for like 3 hours. There we go. Here we go. Trader time.
No power in the verse can stop me.
Woo! Thank you for the follow there. Appreciate that.
Someone there?
Hello?
Hey, hello?
Hello?
Radio check. Go ahead.
I know, the Halloween events were awesome.
Getting this damn thing fixed was all a waste of time. Come in. I say again, come in.
Who are you?
Well, I'm just a fella on the radio for now.
Yeah, I like the Halloween events. I wish they'd done more of that.
The lights, they fried everything. Or haven't you noticed? What? You've been living in a hole in the ground out there? You're on the island, right?
See, I think with the Halloween event, Rachel, they dropped the ball. They should have every year had the 4 days of night. They did it for 2018 and 2019. I think 4 days a night was a great opportunity for them. I think it was a great opportunity for them every year to tweak it and you know, make it a little bit different every year. Maybe give it a different objective. Maybe, you know, do something like that. And I know, you know, and I know with the, you know, new updates coming out and stuff, that probably was more difficult because the game, it'd be different if the game was complete. They probably could have done it easier, but it was definitely it's definitely a missed opportunity for them, for sure.
I haven't come across any. Well, until now. It's taken a long time, a damn long time to get this contraption working.
I bet.
The radio, I mean.
I bet.
But your radio seems to work just fine. Still there? Hello?
Oh, we don't want sticks limited. No, not at all. What are your intentions?
It's getting a little thin out here in the dark.
Okay.
I've got some stuff to trade. Not much, mind you, but maybe you have some interest. maybe we can work out a deal.
Okay.
If you can keep your word, that is. Trust don't come so easy no more. Not since the lights showed up. But there's you, there's me, and there's the ice. We'll speak up.
How?
There's a place, a little island off Coastal Highway. A dock, an old storage box of mine. We can use that to trade. You keep your distance, and I'll do the same. Got it?
Trade?
This is what I've scrounged up today.
Alright. So we could go for everything. Oh, look, there's potatoes. You want 6 cedar for a potato. Wolfskin pants, yep. We'll definitely do that. Potatoes. Definitely some old mill flour. There's always bugs in the game, though. That's the thing. We'll get a thing of salt from him as well. I'm just gonna tick off most of these. I don't need work gloves, cooking oil, advanced guns. I mean, that is kind of nice that he offers the advanced guns, because that would allow you to read your way to level 5 if you wanted to. So we'll take that. All right, we'll accept the trade. Great Bear. Guys, I have to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Some people do well with it. Others go a little crazy. Still others go out in the world looking for crazy. Maybe that's you.
Sorry, guys. I ate something yesterday that's giving me, like, really bad, like, stomach issues today. I don't know why.
I know the coastal regions best, but I've been around most of the island. Everyone's got
Almost stopped me from streaming today, but I was like, no, I'm doing it anyway.
something big happened.
Something big happened. Yes, it did.
Historical like, I guess.
No crap. Historic-like?
For the books, my brother used to say.
Well, everybody's gone, so... Alright.
Right. See you on the other side.
Bye-bye! Alright, so now we have the... Now we have the trade option available. Where's the trade? Where's our trades? Wait a second, where's our trades?
You again. Yep, heading out.
Where can we see our trades at? I know it's here somewhere. There we go. There's the active trades. Okay. So yeah, we got lots of stuff we have to gather up. Car battery, lamp oil, cloth, cedar firewood, animal meat, a lot of water. Some ptarmigan down. We got all that stuff. So, well, except for the car battery. All right. Oh, Jesus. You know, we just get like stomach cramps. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We'll pull through, hopefully. We got two more running river oats we can eat. Yeah, I probably ate something before I was level 5 cooking. That's probably what it is, Rachel. I'm lactose intolerant. I know all about stomach cramps. Yeah. I don't know if I just ate something bad or I just ate something that just didn't agree with me and it's just kind of running, you know, it just kind of runs through you. Yeah, that's no fun. Alright, let's get some sleep. Alright, we talked to the trader. We got a quest. We aren't going to be doing anything with that until we get to Coastal Highway. The nice thing is, once we get to Coastal Highway, we'll be able to actually start doing that quest. So that's nice. When I was deployed, I got the norovirus. Oh, dang. That's not good. How? Wow, it's almost dawn. Let's read a book. Someone at the dining facility didn't wash their hands properly. I didn't have anything at a dining facility. Oh, you at the dining facility? Oh, at the military base. Oh, I gotcha. I was like, wait a second. I didn't eat at a dining facility. I did have fast food for the first time in a while, so that may have done it to me. My body may be like, what the hell did you give me? It's probably what did it. Probably what did it to me. Is there any charcoal in here? Yeah, let's grab some charcoal. How much did that give us? It gave us 3, okay. Watch they do add a canteen that adds. Watch they do an update that adds a canteen so you can drink when thirsty automatically. I hope not. That would suck. Alright, we gotta go back and get our rabbits, and then we'll go, I think then we'll go to Three Strikes Homestead. But let's go back and get rabbits first. Okay, so let's eat down a couple more cattails just to get ourselves back there. That'll give us 20 cattails. Is there anything I want to leave here? Because we sort of need to start leaving supplies here slowly but surely, because this is where we are going to be like leaving this zone from. So let's go ahead and leave a few of you. There we go. Because to leave this zone, we're going to go up the hill, up to Coastal Highway from here. No, the stream's just starting. Is that... Hang on. Wow, that got really blowy out there real quick. Hey, how's it going? Wait and see. How you doing? Marley, hello. I just finished my first day on my MOA Practiceum. What is it? What is it? MOA Practiceum? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. What is that? But welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all having a grand day. Hey, there's a candy bar right there. I missed that.
Good to eat.
And that's nuts. I was moving stuff off the table here so we could use the table, and there's just a candy bar sitting there. We're gonna stack all these plates up for him nice and neat. we go. We got all their plates, their bowls and stuff stacked up. Medical office assistant. Okay, gotcha. Okay, very cool. Well, congratulations. You like making crazy pillars of dishes and moving them in obscene stacks? Can you stack cups on top of it? Oh, you can. Yeah, it's leaning to. Oh, wait, whoa, there we go. Okay, we got it. Gotta admit, that is pretty cool. we're gonna leave our art project over there. That's our art project for the day. It's Blizzard Madness. Yes, it is Blizzard Madness. Okay, can we fit one last thing on top of the art project? Yes, we can. There's one more thing for the art project. Come on, you know you want to go. You know you want to. There we go. Now, if we move it down to the floor... Now, this would be madness if we could do this. Absolute madness. No, it's not gonna let us. It's not gonna let us. Okay. Okay, it's not gonna let us do that. I don't think I can put the table on top of... I don't think the table can go on top of this, to be honest. Yeah, I don't because see there it is right there, but it's not letting me. I think the table's a separate thing. And we can't mount the moose head on it, so that's not gonna work. Podium doesn't work either. Yeah, there's where the piano would be if we could mount it. The piano would be right there, but we can't. How about a chair? Is that... It's just wrong in so many ways. This is wrong in so many ways. Dun, 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 dun. There's our art deco. That's our art decoration now. All right, so we got our decoration over there. Now that we've spent 20 minutes doing that, let's go ahead and drop. I'm gonna drop the pry bar here because I don't think we're gonna need it for a little while. Actually, you know what? We probably will once we go up to the. Yeah, I'll keep that on me. Okay, we got rosehip tea in that. I got nothing in this one. What should we put in this one? I think we're gonna put in the. Let's see. Are all these small? No, there are some large ones. There we go. So we got 2 large ones and a bunch of small ones. Excellent. I think we can probably leave some of the sewing kits here. Because why not? I mean, we have the blizzard coming right now, so, you know. Oh, you know, the customization in the game is amazing. It's one of the best features they've added into the game in a long time. Yes, is it a little bit goofy sometimes? Yes, it is. But I think for overall general fun gameplay, customization has added so much to the game. It really, truly has. Now, one thing I would love for them to add to the game, I know this will probably be controversial, but I truly think that water you get out of toilets you should have to boil before you can use. I know some people probably be like, no, that would make it so hard, but I honestly think you should have to boil it. I think they should make AquaPure tablets a little bit more available, and make water that you find in toilets you either have to boil it or water pure it. But that's just me. I don't mind. It's sort of like, you know, how 7 Days to Die does it, where you get toilet water, but it's murky. You have to boil it before you can use it. But either that, or you could drink it, but you have a chance of getting dysentery. Because who really gets dysentery in the game? Very, very rarely do you ever see dysentery in the game. I think if they added dysentery in, that would be fantastic. Like, made it so that if you drank toilet water, you get dysentery. You should be able to craft flint or steel, rub sticks together for a fire starter. Yeah, I can agree with that. Wow, look, it's still the trick still works, boys and girls. You zone out, you zone in, and all of a sudden you can put stuff closer together again. The hitbox is reset. I was wondering if they'd fix that. Yeah, see how close the hitbox can be now on these? Alright. Let's go ahead. We did find a box of crackers, which is nice. Let's drop some of our teas here. All of this is minor weight stuff, so it doesn't really matter, but I just want to have it off of me so that we don't have to worry about it. Got my coffees. Okay, let's see what we got here. Keeping all that stuff, keeping all that stuff. Oh, I can put those away. I don't need you, and I don't need you, and I don't need you. So we can store you here for a rainy day. Oh, God. I got fresh hides and guts and stuff I never put down. Or fresh hides I had never put down. Alright, let's go ahead and place our calendar. Do these go on the wall a little bit easier? They do actually go on the wall a little bit easier. They do go on the wall a little bit easier. Okay, nice. I don't know. I actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I actually like the, I like the broom a little bit better than the calendar, to be honest. The calendar's nice, but the calendar really doesn't do it for me as much. So I think we're gonna stick to using the broom. The broom gives you a lot larger surface area to attach things to. So I like that. Have you looked inside a cistern or toilet after a few years? I wouldn't drink it. No, I wouldn't either. It's gross. There we go. We'll take those as well. Okay. What else do we have? Let's leave some other stuff here. Actually, can you move this trunk now? You can move the trunk. Okay, we'll move the trunk over here. For a while, you could not move this trunk. I don't know why, but it just was unmovable. Let's put all those in there. Put all those in there. Put you in there. The cured rabbit pelts. I don't need any... I don't think I need the leather at all. I think we're good on leather all the way around. Alright. So that got us down to 30 kilos, which is great. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Okay. I have a question in Long Dark. I am in zone of contamination, but I don't know how I can find keys to the mine. Oh god. You have to go into the... You have to go up to the north, and you go... Well, to get into the mine, Sandro, you have to be doing the quest. Are you doing the Tails quest? You have to be doing that actively to get into the deep part of the mine, I believe. To get into parts of the mine, you have to do the quest line to get the certain keys. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you have to do that. I've only done it once. I've only done that once. I personally, the story part of Tales from the Far Territory, I've not been like super. I'm not super well acquainted with it because I've only done it once. And it was meh. On Interloper, the rewards are meh, so I really didn't do it that much. But I believe you have to. Be on the actual quest to be able to get the. You have to be on the quest to be able to get keys for certain parts of it. So you have to do the first part of the Tales, which is go to Forsaken Airfield. Go to the bunker, and then you go to the other bunkers in Pleasant Valley and Hush River Valley and Bleak Inlet, and then you go back to Forsaken Airfield and go to the final bunker there, and then you can go to Zone of Contamination and you find the skull that you then utilize you go to this one place and find a skull that then gives you access to other things in the you basically just follow the quest. It gives you access to other parts of the mine. And unfortunately, on Interloper, the rewards for it are just kind of eh. It's not really great rewards for all the work you have to put in on it. Now, you can access some parts of the mine without doing the quest, but you just can't access the whole thing. I think you can access some parts of the mine without doing the quest. Yeah, if you're just trying to live in Zone of Contamination, it's like... Unfortunately, Zone of Contamination, Forsaken Airfield, and Sundered Pass, to me... Those zones were not set up for survival. Those were set up for questing, and that was it. There's a big difference. Funny guy with the 6 months. Thank you for the 6 months, my friend. And that's the thing, is that, you know, they aren't, you can survive in them, they just aren't, they aren't ideal for survival. They're more set up for questing, which is fine, but it's not, they just don't have what it really, they don't have a good balance. A good survival zone has balance between difficulty and survival. Those zones are basically just quest difficulty without a lot of survival stuff in them. Which is okay. I mean, you know, that's how they set it up, but... But you have to do the quest, Sandro. So go back to Forsaken Airfield, get the quest at the airport, start the quest, go do all the bunkers. Right now we fixed the transmitter here. You can sort of do the transmitter fixing as you go. If you fix the transmitter in Forsaken Airfield, you'll fix the one in Forsaken Airfield. But if you fix the transmitter in Pleasant Valley, Forlorn Muskeg, and Milton, that will be the 3 that you need. That will be the 3 that you need. By the way, boys and girls, just to let you know, for non-subs on Twitch, I have turned off ads to the channel. We're doing ad-free June. Now, you will get pre-roll ads. There will be pre-rolls for anybody coming into the channel. I don't know if subs get pre-rolls or not, but there will be pre-roll ads when you come into the channel if you're not a sub for sure. But I turned off ads in general. Ad revenue on Twitch is just, the whole ad thing on Twitch is just atrocious right now. And I was just getting tired of it. So I did turn off ads, like mid-stream ads. So there won't be any mid-stream ads, but there will be pre-roll ads for non-subs. I'm not sure. Subscribers on Twitch, you may be able to speak to if there's ads or not for pre-rolls coming in as a sub. Wow, we got 6 rabbits here. That one's ruined. But I'm not sure if it is. I'm not sure if subs get pre-roll ads or not. Well, and I don't even have that many snares out here right now, so I need to get some more snares. God, the rabbit carcasses are so hard to look at that. Look how hard it is to pick up a rabbit carcass. It's annoyingly hard. Hey, look, there's some rabbit meat here that's raw and gamey. And those guys are frozen. That's a lot of snares. Yes, it is. These guts should be done. Yep, those guts are cured. Fresh guts, fresh hides. Okay. Actually, can we get a Maglin's fire out here? We need to start checking on that whenever we can. We might be, well, no, it's probably too late to get one. No, we can. Oh my gosh, we can get a Maglin's fire. We can get a Maglin's fire. So, Grandmother G, you know, the thing is, Grandmother G, at one point, Twitch was making it worthwhile for us to do ads because we'd get some money from it. It would also cut off pre-rolls, for non-subs coming into the channel. And the thing is that for larger channels, I can see it working. For smaller channels, it just doesn't, it's not a very viable thing. It's just not super viable for smaller channels.
I'm so hungry.
We don't get that much ad revenue anyway. I think last month I got literally like $20 in ad revenue. It's like, what? So to annoy everybody for the 6 hours that I'm streaming and having to have 3 minutes of ads every hour just to get rid of pre-rolls, I'm getting $20 in an entire month. So literally I'm doing 18 minutes of ads throughout my 6 hours just to not have pre-rolls. And see, I understand the argument that, hey, pre-rolls make people who haven't been to your channel, you know, click off of it sometimes, which I get, and I could see that happening. But it's like, well, if that's going to happen, it's going to happen. I'd rather have that happen right away than, you know, and then maybe be able to hold people in the channel past the, you know, those initial pre-rolls, because the pre-rolls I can't do anything about unless I run ads. The only way to get rid of pre-rolls is to run ads. Is to run 3 minutes of ads during your stream. That's the only way to get rid of it. But I wasn't finding I was not finding it to be very it wasn't offsetting the problems enough, I guess you could say. So I decided this month we're gonna go without it. Oh yeah, well, and even the big streamers are getting way less ad revenue now. Twitch has got big problems, boys and girls. Let's just be honest. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Twitch is going away, but Twitch has got big problems. Twitch has got big problems right now. They are losing ad revenue like crazy because advertisers are fleeing the platform. And you know, and that's been going on for a while. I mean, some of the content they allow on the platform is not what advertisers want to have their stuff next to. That's the main thing, and I don't blame them. You know, they don't want people they don't want people to be tuning in and having, you know, their Coca-Cola ad next to a girl you know, riding a banana or something like that. And so I get it. I completely understand where they're coming from. Or somebody, you know, spouting off racial slurs, or, you know, there's all sorts of stuff that happens on Twitch that shouldn't be happening on Twitch. What channel is that? Asking for a friend? Oh, there's a couple. You just go to the in real life section. You know, you'll be able to find it. You won't have to look for very long. But you're just asking for a friend, BK? Okay, sure you are. Sure. Yeah, well, and that's, you know, and I think, I mean, I don't really want to go over to Kick, because Kick in some ways is almost worse than Twitch as far as, like, how they moderate or curate their content. But YouTube, I think, is definitely the future if YouTube could get their crap together. I think YouTube could really really make a mark in the streaming area if they got their stuff together. If they got their stuff together, they could. But unfortunately, YouTube does not really care to. Which kind of sucks. It's kind of sad. Alright, let's go dump off these rabbits outside. But yeah, I wish Twitch would get its stuff together. I mean, they've had the opportunity to do it, they've just chosen not to. We do need to go make some more rabbit traps, so we'll do that tomorrow. We could run back to the house right now, I suppose. Yeah, YouTube is more interested in catching up with TikTok. They want to be like TikTok because that's so cool. They basically are like, ooh, well, TikTok's making lots of money on their stuff, so let's do the same thing. Which is fine. Be discount TikTok. Nobody cares. But yeah, they're more interested in the shorts for sure. They push shorts like crazy. That's their big thing. I'm just gonna leave. Oh, we got the cured rabbit pelts here. The fresh guts are doing their thing here. I'm gonna leave the fresh guts here for right now. That will help us make some more rabbit traps down the road. That's a lot of cured rabbit pelts. And I'll leave the deer hide here too. Yeah, TikTok. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna drop most of the meat here. Actually, you know what? Let's take the meat back with us. Take the meat back to the house with us, because why not? We got a torch out. Yeah, most shorts are just clickbait. Yeah, most of them are clickbaits, or you know. But hey, that's you know, they put them in there. They like having shorts on the channel. You know, they like having shorts. There's some shorts that are good. You just got, I mean, just like anything else, if you curate what you like to see on YouTube as far as shorts, it'll give you the shorts that you want to see. It might even show, you know, BK, it might even show you dirty shorts. You never know. You never know. I'm not talking like dirty as in like naked girls or anything. I'm talking dirty as in like crusty, dirty shorts. You know what I'm saying. All right, we got to figure out what we're going to take with us back over to Thompson's Crossing. Oh, we got potatoes and carrots in here. Nice. I definitely want to take that, my heavy hammer and that, my prepper's pie. We got our cured guts here, cured hide. That stuff I'm leaving. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, yeah. We got 14 kilos of stuff in here, boys and girls. That's a little bit of stuff. We're gonna have to make a couple of trips, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I will take those, and I will take my maples with me. Oh, we do have some coal here, which is nice, and we'll take all of our feathers with us. We can get loaded up here. I just want to be able to choose shorts, not have them instantly appear. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice, too. Take all of those. Take our oil. Oh, our torch is almost out. Torch almost out. We gotta go sleep up here tonight. I do need the skull. Yes, we do need the skull. You take our skull. Take our carved wolf picture. Oh, we have 3 more maple saplings that have cured on the wall over here. Very nice, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, we needed the skull for the sculpture, that's for sure. Thank you, BK. See, look at that. Without that table in the center, we can just walk right through there. It's just so nice. All right. Woo! But yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, you know, dual streaming is, I think, going to be definitely something necessary. And I'm glad we're doing it on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And I want to keep that up, so. Is it getting time to bail from PV already? Oh no. We've only been here for like 12 days. I'm just gathering. I want to slowly gather my stuff, Neil, and take it over to the Thompson's Crossing, because that's where we'll definitely leave from. Where did I get the skull? I actually got the skull. I believe I got the skull inside of the prepper cache here in Pleasant Valley. I think that's where it came from. How did I attach them to the wall cross? I'll show you in just a minute. Once it gets light out, I'll show you how we attach stuff to the walls. And thank you, Kirk Steven, for subscribing over on the YouTube side. I appreciate that. We've hit 66. What was it? 6650? 6,650 subscribers on YouTube now. Yeah, look at that. We got 6,650. Look at that. It's a nice round number. I like round numbers like that. Appreciate the sub over there, my friend. Thank you for coming by. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's just read our archery book for like 2 hours. It's too dark to read. Okay, let's sleep. There we go. Okay, now it's not really light out, but I want to go downstairs anyway. I'm gonna steal their radio. Can you steal these radios? I don't know if you can. I can! I stole the radio again. Nice. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and read our book here. Let's just read a book for a couple hours. Yeah, I figured I'd get thirsty before I finished it. Okay, so to attach things to walls, and it doesn't work. This house is very weird. It doesn't work real well in this house. But to attach stuff to a wall might work a little bit better in here. Let's take this picture. Yeah, see, I'll put that picture up there. And I'm gonna move this bench real quick so we can just sort of get a better idea. I'll move the bench into the bay window. Get the pillow out of here too. Put that up on the bench there. Get the box out of the way. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna break the crate down because we're gonna need to make some more rabbit traps. There we go. Okay, so you see we got a wall like this. Okay, so you go ahead and you go into movement mode. See how we can move stuff around? You get yourself a nice broom. You put that broom down on the floor. You notice the broom can be put on the floor. It can also go on the wall. You have to have an item that can go on the wall as well as the floor. So if you put the broom down on the floor, go out of customization mode, and then say let's just take a deer pelt, for instance. Take the deer pelt, and you find your pixel, and you put the deer pelt directly on the broom. Then when you pick the broom up, see the deer pelt's on the broom. Then you can bring the deer pelt over here, put it down, pick your broom up, and now the deer pelt is stuck to the wall. And pretty much anything you can put onto that broom, you can do that with. And you can also do the desk calendar is another one that you can do it with pretty easily. I like the broom because it has a long. Handle to it because it's long, and that way, you know, if you want to put, say, you want to put a whole bunch of birch on it, you can go birch right next to each other like that. Why is one birch like different color than the other birch? That's weird. Why are my birch different color? That's strange. I've never noticed that before. So see, you can do that, and then you can just pick up the whole broom and go puppy power, and then you got your birch up there. So that's how you can do it. And then you can just pick these up like normal. The game still thinks they're on the floor somewhere. But oh, they're maple. They're maple, not birch. Okay, they're maples. Shush. Shh. Shh. They're maple. I think it was just in a well, it was in the prepper's cache here, Beetlebee. I don't know if that means it's always in a prepper's cache. I have no idea. And I hate these things laying on the side, so I'm gonna pick that up, put that down, pick that up, put that down. I do need to get a little bit more. It's an hour and 30, 45 minutes. Let's do that. You can find the skull on Loper hidden on a shelf in the Prepper's Cache. On any other mode, you can get 3 of them plus a few other kinds of in Hunter's Cache. There you go. Let's make a snare. I'm going to do it with my tools. It takes it from 30 to 22 minutes, which is kind of nice. There we go. Did he find the recipe in Ash Canyon this run?
All I could think about is food.
Let's see. The recipes I found Ranger Stew. And I found Prepper's Pie. I did not get the one in Ash Canyon, though. I think Ranger Stew you get from, I think that one you get from, that one you get from, Timberwolf Mountain. I didn't get the one in Ash Canyon, though. I don't believe so. But I wasn't really, I don't think I got it. I think I didn't get it on purpose, though, myself. I just didn't go for it. Which recipe do you get out of Ash Canyon? Just out of curiosity. Just asking for a friend. Hey, there's that salt. Can carry the moose taxidermy for 50 days? No. No clue? Oh, I thought you would know. I thought you would know. All right, let's eat. Oh, we got porridge to eat. Yay, we got morning porridge. Yum, yum.
I could barely walk with this much gear.
I did not get the recipe in Thompson's Crossing. I definitely need to look for it in Thompson's Crossing. I didn't even think to look for the recipe there. It isn't always. Oh, the recipe's not always it at Thompson's Crossing. Where are we at? 51 kilos right now. Okay. So we definitely need to drop some stuff. Let's drink our water. 59.9. Oh, we got the traps on us. That's where I was like, what is weighing us down so much? The traps. I mean, this won't change our weight any, but the Rangers was found in Ash Canyon. Oh, okay, what one what recipe do you find in Timberwolf Mountain, or is there one you find? Is there a recipe found in Timberwolf Mountain? I can't remember. Can't remember if there's one in Timberwolf Mountain. Oh, there. See, BK has all the good stuff. Desolation Point, Bleak Inlet, Trader, Mountain Town, Trader. Got the random prepper cache. Oh, so there is not one in Timberwolf Mountain, according to this. So we didn't miss one in Timberwolf Mountain. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, because the one that we need to find is the one in Pleasant Valley. Yep, for the Thompson's family stew. All right, we still got a little too much weight on us. I'm just gonna drop the toolkit here. We'll come back for it. I know. We'll just drop it. We'll come back for it. Don't worry about it, buddy. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, well that's good. That's good to know. Yeah, it's in the office. It is easy to miss though. Yeah. My voice is being weird? I don't know. Is my voice being weird? Is my voice doubling or something? I don't know, you see. That sounds normal to you, well, but normal to you could mean that it sounds weird. I'm just saying. I'm not saying nothing, I'm just saying. It could sound normal to you, but that could be weird to everybody else. Oh, maybe we got some rabbits. We might have some rabbits, baby. Oh, we got 2 more rabbits. 2 more rabbits. Nice. Snare. Snare. This will put us overweight,
Not
but
gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
that's all right. That's okay. Twitch sounds like you're talking from a microphone. What the heck, Twitch? Sometimes hit the speed, sometimes hit the key combo that changes it to 0.75 speed, and it sounds like I'm drunk. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I've not drunk anything weird. Weird is the new normal, Ease. Yeah, that is true. Weird is the new normal. Alright, let's get some rabbits harvested up. The nice thing is we got 50 days in this zone, so it's not like we're in any hurry to do anything specific. We got 50 days here. Well, 48 days at this point. 47 maybe. Or, yeah, no, 37 or so. We got about 37 days probably left in this zone. So we're not really in a hurry to go anywhere or do anything fast. We just gotta do things. We just make sure we just gotta make sure we got enough food, water, and that sort of stuff to get going. So speaking of water, I don't have any water on me. I did grab my flour though. I could, you know, one thing we could do. BK, I am running the Settled Mind badge, so I don't need to worry about the cabin fever at all.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. That's a thing. maybe in cougar territory? No, I'm good. No cougar territory. I think I could make myself some rabbit pie. The Settled Mind badge? You don't know what? Do you not know what the Settled Mind badge is? Come on now. Come on now.
Turned out pretty well.
I'll show you here. It's one of the new badges they added into the game. So, Settled Mind badge. You're immune to cabin fever and research actions happen 20% faster. You recovered a tail from the Far Territory relic. And the Celestial Navigator is the other one. You walk faster on clear nights or in auroras. And then, of course, they have the one that's locked because I never got it, the Big Cat Killer. I never got that one because, unfortunately, I was sick during that time. And I could not become a Big Cat Killer. It made me very sad. Especially since they've locked it now. Let's go ahead and get the water in here because we do need some water. There we go. Yeah, it's a very nice perk. What am I missing for rabbit pies? Oh, I need water. Yeah, let's just get some water going here. There we go. I was like, what am I missing for rabbit pies? Some water, which I didn't have any of. But yeah, it makes you immune to cabin fever. It also makes you read books faster, which is kind of nice. Which I think is kind of spiffy that you can read your books a little faster.
It's starting to weigh me down.
We got one porridge left. I think I'm going to keep that running river oats for something else. Did I miss something? Are cougars gone again, or did I turn them off? No, I got cougars on the map. No, there's a cougar right down here. Cougar right here by Pensive Pond. See, there's Pensive Pond, and the cougar's right there by Pensive Pond. Now, we were able to go to Pensive Pond and sit on the pond, and he wasn't doing anything. But no, we did not turn off cougars on this run. I could do another rabbit pie. I think I'm just gonna do 2 small pieces of rabbit here. And just eat those for dinner. Oh, I need to get my fire going. I didn't realize my fire had so little time on it. There we go. Then I might get to play some Long Dark play-in during the next 2 weeks, waiting for 7 days to die update. Then I'll be lost in 7 days for a while. I get that. Actually, let's go ahead and get a little more water going. Get another rabbit pie going. There we go. Any more? Oh yeah, there's planks up here we can take down. I forgot. I was like, is there any more planks I can take quick and easy? Yes, there are. Yeah, I just confirmed that they're contagious via live stream. No, they aren't. Okay. There we go. 24 minutes. Perfect. A few more rabbity pies for us. Now we can eat those tomorrow so we can carry more weight over with us. That's the good thing.
I need to drop something.
Alright, so we got our rabbit pies here. Perfect. I wanted to play the Rebirth mod, but it seemed overly complicated to load the files for it. Some of the mods are a little bit annoying to do. Hey, Legend Game Breakers, how you doing? That's why I like the mods that are like on that mod launcher. Like Afterlife and Forsaken Trail and stuff like that. They're a little bit easier to... For normies like me, they're easier to access. Which is good. Because I'm a normie. Let's grab these rabbit carcasses and dump them off outside. It is 0:37 there in the UK. Yeah, it is late for you. Hey Anna, how you doing? Legend Game Breakers, how's it going? Got a bunch of rabbits out there right now. That's okay. Oh, the deer hide's cured. That's nice. Yeah, tomorrow we can pick some stuff up and go with it. I do have a little extra water on me now, which is nice too. Let's add a piece of, let's add that reclaim. Let's add a couple coals. And let's finish off our...
Slowing me down.
Let's finish off our book here. You're not so good, but here, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm having, oh god, I'm having stomach issues today. Archery to level 2, nice. Then we can read an hour in our rifle book, or our firearm book. I'm having a really bad, like gassy, kind of nasty stomach today. Which is just, like, never fun. So I get you not feeling good, for sure. Yeah, let's grab that. Okay, it is definitely nighttime. Let's go ahead and break a torch or two down. I do old person hour nowadays. Me too. Except you know, I do them on the reverse, Neil. I work late into the early morning and then I sleep most of the day. All right, let's go ahead. Speaking of sleep, let's get some sleep here. While we do that, I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay. Jeez Louise, man. Sorry about all the breaks, guys. My stomach is just killing me today. I don't know what the frick is going on. Why it's doing what it's doing. Oh, man. It's okay when your bestie passes away. It seems like it seems to have you not feeling okay for a while. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Anna. That sucks. That really sucks. Sorry for your loss there. Alright, we're going to leave those curing here. We got a few pies out here we can eat.
If I can drop any of this gear.
That'll get us going there. There we go. That's a bear. That's a bear right there. Excuse you, Mr. Bear. You don't get to be nearby. Good lord. Actually we can finish reading our book. Oh, man. You can't focus when you're thirsty. Oh, I'm thirsty. Okay. I realized I was thirsty. She's only 33. Yeah, is that crazy? And you know, I think a lot of that, I remember Anna when I was in my early mid-20s. A friend of mine from high school passed away. He actually was diagnosed, I believe it was with leukemia. And he passed away. And that was just so crazy. It was so surreal. Because it was like, what the heck just happened, you know? It really drives home, you know, how mortal we all are. And how precious everything is. For sure. Oh god, we got 3 more rabbits over here. 4 more rabbits, okay. We're gonna food up.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Why is picking things up so hard today? I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Like, look, I can't even grab this rabbit carcass. What the heck?
This stuff will come in handy.
That one's ruined. Her older brother passed away in 2022, like a week before she did 3 years ago. Wow. Yeah, well, my friend's brother, he passed away 2021, I think it was. And that's been rough on her for, you know. That's just been rough on her forever, so.
Too heavy to carry.
I know it's too heavy to carry. We got a whole bunch of food on us now. Feel so bad for her mom, yeah. Well, at least we're getting some more meat here, so. Once you lose a loved one or several, you generally get used to the negative feelings. Talking from experience of losing my mom 14 years ago. Well, it also really drives home your own mortality, too. It definitely makes you... even if it's just for a while, it definitely makes you appreciate those that you still have around you. And I think that's the main takeaway a lot of people should have is just, you know, remember those around you. Value them. Value the time you have with them because you never know. I mean, my dad passed just a little over 15 years ago. And that was rough. That was rough. That was a rough time for me. Because that was my first, like, that was my, you know, first real close relative that passed. I'd had a couple grandparents pass, but you know, when you're young, most of my grandparents passed when I was a lot younger. And, you know, it's just kind of like, oh, you sort of know the person because you went over to their house, you know, and you played at grandma's house. But you didn't really interact with grandma and grandpa that much. You know, you interacted with them on a limited scale. But it's a lot different. It's a lot different when, you know, it's a parent. That's for sure. And all my grandparents pretty much passed before I was an adult. But I was lucky to know all my grandparents as well, so, you know. Except for my mom's dad. My mom's dad died before I was even born, so. My mom's dad died when she was in her early 20s. He actually had a heart attack. That's how I want to go. I want a chest grabber. I want to be done. I want to go quick or go in my sleep. One or the other. Those are the only 2 ways. Only 2 ways I'll accept defeat. Nope, that one's not what I want. That's not what I want. There we go. Perfect. You had her into your 40s. Wow, that's awesome. I guess I could have just chopped that one down there. Let's see. I can take one of these boards. All right, 8 and 5 minutes there. All right. This will give us our morning breakfast. It's our breakfast. There we go. Now we can throw whatever we want on there because we got time. 9 minutes there. Yeah, Christoph, you were really lucky to know him into your 40s. I mean, most people don't get that opportunity, so. All right. Let's leave a little bit of the water here. I forgot I had all this water on me too. Let's leave a liter of the water. We're gonna go dump some of these out here. You're hoping you have her genes, yeah. That's a bear again. The bear is like right there. At least with the bear, you can lead him away. Yeah, he really wants them rabbits, man. Waiting for him to get where he wants to, where the rock was. Do you know about the new construction sim game Roadcraft? I've not heard of that one, no. He's like, thanks for inviting me to dinner, I know. He kind of is that way, isn't he? Little stinker. He doesn't get my food.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
What makes him think he gets my food? And now he's just gone. All right, let's move it, boys and girls. Time to go. It's made by the SnowRunner people. Okay, okay. You rebuild disaster zones. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, exactly. Go get your own rabbit, Mr. My unburdened expired. Oh, that's weird. Go get your own rabbit, Mr. Bear. Go chase down your own ribbity rabbit. These are my rabbits that I get to eat. You don't get to eat them. Actually, are there cattails down here? I think there might be. Oh, there's burdock root. We can definitely use that. That's another Prepper's Pie recipe, or Prepper's Pie for us. No, wait a second. Get that going first. Our torch was going to burn out by the time we pick that up. To Thompson's Crossing, yes, to find the recipe. I don't think we can get up this. We might be able to, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at us. Look at us being all fancy. Call me Mr. Fancy Pants. Don't like the new world. Wish we could start going back in time. Yeah, but, you know, bad stuff happened back in time as well, unfortunately. It would be nice, but things happened bad back then, too. I think you more want to freeze time in a certain moment. I'd like to do that sometimes. Like to go back to certain happy moments I had and freeze those. But then again, if I froze them, how would I know they're happy moments? Because you have to have something bad to bounce that happiness, that happy moment off of. Otherwise, it's just a moment. It's the whole dilemma of, can you really know what a happy moment is if you've never had a bad moment? So different than back in the day. Yeah, you know, it is. It is, but you know, that's the world, you know, that's the world. It's always changing and evolving, and we can, you know, Anna, we can definitely, you know, make strides to make things, you know, better. Maybe not make them what they were back in the day, but we can definitely make strides to make things better in the world for sure. If we see something we don't like. These days you don't think of going to bed with the doors unlocked? Oh yeah, totally. But you know, if you live out in the country, a lot of people out in the country don't lock their doors. You know, a lot of that comes from, you know, a lot of the city living that we do. Because really, locked doors will not stop somebody from entering your house. Period. A locked door is a mechanism that slows people down from entering your house. If people want to get in your house, they will get into your house. Period. There's nothing you can do to actually stop them. But it is a deterrent for easy access. And that's the thing is, you know, generally most criminals, not all of them, but in general, most criminals are kind of lazy. They want to take the easy way in. All right, Neil, have a good one, buddy. And so they come across a locked door, a locked, you know, a barrier of some sort that prevents them from doing a nefarious act. They will generally move on to an easier target. Unless, you know, there are always exceptions if they're really desperate, or if they are specifically out to get a certain person, they will go to great lengths. But just random crime stuff happening, generally those people are not, you know, they'll go for the soft target, the easy target. So they'll go for the easy victim. Now, if everybody has their door locked, well, now again everybody's on equal footing. So an unlocked door is easier than the locked doors. You get what I'm saying? So when everybody locks their doors, they'll go for the easier unlocked one. The racking of the shotgun is a nice deterrent. Oh yeah, that's always a nice deterrent. Or a nice, you know, a nice big dog. Big loud dogs, alert dogs. Not attack dogs, but alert dogs. There's a difference. Attack dogs are quiet, but they're sort of like a really nasty fart. They're silent but deadly. They'll basically give you a growl before they attack you and hurt you really bad. Alert dogs will bark the moment they see a squirrel, they see anything going on, so they let you know when stuff's nearby. Now, you can train alert dogs to be attack dogs, but it's a lot. It's probably harder to train attack dogs into being alert dogs, ones that give you alerts. But I would imagine you could probably do the same. It would probably take some training, though. But there are definite breeds that are more attack and more alert. Like a boxer is a good example. Boxers are really good alert dogs. They will alert you to a flea crawling across the floor. But they will never attack anything. They'll never attack anything. Unless you train them to. And they can attack stuff. They are vicious little buggers. They have the lockjaw and everything to go with it. So they can attack stuff. But they usually just alert. That didn't work. Speaking of an alert dog, I know. Good lord. Get out of here. Damn puppers. I used all my rocks up. I need to get some more rocks. Jeez Louise, man. I hit him with that rock, and then he just was like, yeah, I don't care.
Too much stuff to carry.
I know. Oh, look at our stack. Look at our stack. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna move it down to the floor. Kind of move it around that way. We come up here. And oh, I can't pick it. I can't pick it up. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I can't pick up the skull and put it on that. It doesn't go there. Definitely put the skull out. There's our statue on the mantle. Get our radio over here in case we want to listen to some music during an aurora. And then we got another radio here. Actually, we can put these radios on the counters here. That's a better place for it. There we go. Okay, let's leave some stuff here. Those are all cured. Perfect. Oh, we got lots of wood here, too. Let's just go ahead and douse that. You have 3 pit bull mastiffs. Nice. And thanks for giving Cass a shout out there. I appreciate that very much. Okay. Let's go ahead. Add you to there. Get all the ptarmigan down in there too. Our arrowheads can go in there. Okay, we got 13 coal now. Nice. So we get charcoal so we can do some mapping while we're out. Get all those in there. I'm just going to drop the woodworking tool over here because I sort of want to keep an eyeball on that. There we go. And then we do have some taters and carrots. And we do have a prepper's pie. We'll drop that here. We also will drop the oats here. We'll also drop the... Still not using that flour. I guess that one, it's because that one is higher quality than that one. It kind of annoys me a little bit, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm not going to get annoyed by it. Well, I am going to get annoyed by it, but I'm not going to get annoyed by it. Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. I'll zip back outside real quick. Oh, those we can actually put close together. That's nice. How about the carrot? Can we put that close to that one there? No. See, that one's going to need to go off here a little bit further. Okay. That's annoying. We'll drop our 3 jars of extra salt that we don't need. I know, it's using the wrong flour. I wanted to use up this flour because I hate having to have 2 spots of flour in my inventory. It's just annoying. It's just annoying. That's all it is. It's annoying. Okay. What's this week's schedule? Don't know. I'm not really committing to any sort of schedule at this point, I'll blur. I don't have the ability to do that. There is actually no schedule. Today, I can tell you what we're doing today. Today we're doing Long Dark for about another hour, and then we're gonna do some 7 Days to Die. Tomorrow, if I stream, I'm gonna do some Expedition 33. Now Wednesday is my day off, so Wednesday I will do some Expedition 33. I'll probably do some Long Dark, maybe some Expedition 33, maybe some 7 Days to Die. It's sort of up in the air what I'm gonna do those days, but that at least is the plan for the next day or so. Today we got Expedition 33, and then we have some. Oh, I guess I do have rabbit deer pelts on me already. But yeah, today I'm doing 7 Days to Die in about an hour. And then tomorrow, if I stream, I will be doing Expedition 33 tomorrow if I stream. But as far as like long-term plans, don't know. Everything just kind of up in the air with my schedule being, you know, a lot of it depends on how I'm feeling, how much sleep I got, if I was able to get to sleep early or fast or not. Look at our cute little rabbit head. He's so cute. Look at him. He's like,
Atheenon, you turned me into a hat. What the frick is going on here? I got little ear flaps and, oh my god, then you just smacked my pelt right over the top of it. Used my fur to line it. What a jerk you are. Now I just get to ride on your head all day long and go wee, 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 all the way home.
yes, you do, Mr. Rabbit. That's what you get. We got our little creation here. We should add something to it. We should add a cup to it. We need to add a cup. We need to add a cup to it. He's gonna poop on my head. He probably will. Oh, I can't add anything to the chair. I can't add anything to that either. Oh, that's sad. The chair doesn't allow me to add anything to it. The chair's cool, but I can't add anything to the chair. Now, if I put the chair on the other side here, like if I put the chair over here, then I could still add things to that, right? Saw a flash of green. Unfortunately, the skull, you cannot put it up there. You can't pick the skull up unless you're in construction mode. Yeah, see, the chair does not really allow me to put anything on it. Yeah, unless you're in this mode, you can't pick up the skull, and the skull doesn't stack on top of anything. Oh, actually, it does. Never mind. There's the skull. I started playing this. I don't want any spoilers, but I'm finding it tedious to survive. Mainly food issues. Can't hit rabbits, they run off. Is it supposed to be this hard? Yes. Yes, intense. It is supposed to be that hard. This game is, in my opinion, the hardest survival game out there. It also depends what difficulty level you're on. Are you playing on Interloper? Or are you playing, you're on Pilgrim? Well, the problem with Pilgrim is that animals are passive on Pilgrim. You probably should switch to Voyager because the animals won't all run away from you right away. Hitting rabbits with stones is difficult though, I'll tell you that. But yes, the game is meant to be that difficult. Yes, it is. It's not an easy game at all. And food, and usually food is the main problem that you run into early game. Food and water. But yeah, definitely. Oh, we have another broom here. Look, we can use this broom to put stuff on the wall if we wanted to. Let's go put the broom on the wall. I wandered a lot, followed some railroads, found a crossing, then walked all the way back. The main thing you need to do is start finding buildings that you can hole up in for a little bit. Because that will save your ass more than anything, is if you have a building that you can hole up in. Especially on Pilgrim. Pilgrim, you don't need to travel as much. We're gonna put our Art Deco piece right over here. There we go. Art Deco is all the rage these days in Long Dark. Can I sort of put it on right on this side here? There we go. There we go. See, look at that. I think I'm on story if that's the default. Well, the thing is that now story mode and survival mode are two separate entities. So if you bought survival mode, you can only play in survival mode. You'd have to buy story mode to be able to play in story mode. So you're gonna have to. Yeah, I don't know which one you actually own. I would imagine you probably have survival mode, but I don't know. Did you buy Wintermute or is it giving you prompts? Is that when you open up the map, does it show you where you are on the map? Because in survival mode, there is no map. You have to map out stuff yourself. In story mode, it'll actually show you the entire map and show you where you are on the map. Eat another cattail there. We're gonna have to figure out food here at some point. We're only on day 14 in this zone. We still have another. You're mapping yourself? Okay, so you're on survival. Yes, you're on survival. And you can play Wintermute. I tried playing Wintermute. They are sold together, aren't they, by default? No, they aren't any longer. Not on Steam anyway. Steam now has them separate. They're separate. There's two separate entities. Actually, there's three Long Dark entities. They separated the game a while ago. They got Long Dark Wintermute, and Long Dark Tales from the Far Territory. I got the game on sale for €3 a few weeks ago. Got everything I think. Okay. So maybe in some countries they are still, or on some platforms they may be sold together. On Steam, they sell Long Dark, which is just survival mode, Long Dark Wintermute, which is story mode, and Long Dark Tales from the Far Territory, which is the DLC for the game. Oh yeah, back in the day it was all sold as one item. And then they separated them all about, I don't know, when they separated them. It's about 2 years ago. I think it was right when Tales from the Far Territory came out. I think the bundle was on sale recently. Well, there you go. You can buy it as a bundle as well. There you are. So, but they are separate. They are technically separate games. Yeah, I think it was when Tales from the Far Territory came out. They separated them into separate entities. This on sale now, 50% off. Yeah, I saw the game was at like $10, which is really good. It's a good deal for it. I paid $20 for the whole thing, so, and now I'm 7,000 hours plus deep into it, and yeah, I'm still playing it. Yeah, if you have story mode, I definitely would recommend playing story mode for a few days. It'll sort of give you a slight tutorial on how to play the game. But yes, intense. This is one of the toughest survival games out there. It'll push you more than just about any other survival game, because there is no hand holding in Long Dark. There is no sort of showing you the ropes as far as like the survival mode goes. The survival mode just throws you into the world and goes, go ahead and live. If you can live another day, you're doing good. Every day you live is a victory. And you'll learn things slowly but surely. I don't mind it's tough as long as I feel like I'm learning a bit. I feel kind of stuck at the moment. And honestly, at the beginning, a lot of times intense, it is that way. I'll tell you right now, my biggest tip to you is learn the maps. Like try to spawn in Pleasant Valley, Mystery Lake, or Coastal Highway. Learn those maps, get familiar with them, and then set out into other areas. Because these three zones here, Mystery Lake, Pleasant Valley, and Coastal Highway, those are the original three zones in the game. Mystery Lake used to be the only zone in the game. But those are the original 3 zones. They're probably the easiest ones to live in early game. And then as you spread out from that, going to Desolation Point, or up to this side of the map, or up over here, or down over to here, it gets progressively more difficult. There's less buildings. There's less that you have to search harder for caves and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend starting probably Mystery Lake. Mystery Lake's probably one of the easiest ones to start in. But Pleasant Valley is also nice too if you want a nice larger zone. But Mystery Lake is a nice one to start in. It's got stuff. Oh, thank you. It's got a lot of houses, a lot of buildings. It's got the Carter Hydro Dam. There's a nice railroad track that runs right down the middle of the zone, so you can always kind of get your bearings. Getting your bearings is the big thing, though, because like you can be wandering around and not know where you're at and get lost very easily in the game. Is it light out at least? Yes, it is light out. Let's repair a little clothing while we're just sitting here doing nothing else. But yeah, Mystery Lake Mystery Lake is a really good one to start in. It'll give you a good chance of survival if you start in Mystery Lake. All the zones have rabbits though. All the zones have rabbits in one capacity or the other. Another big trick to learn is that after you have started your first fire, grab a bunch of torches out of your fire, and from then on, always wander around with a until you get weapons, of course. Pretty much always wander around with a lit torch after that, because the lit torch will basically give you defense against wolves. It'll also give you an ability to light a fire without having to use another match, because matches can get a little scarce. We might get, I think, do we get a thermos in here? No, we get another pry bar in there. Nice. It does make it so you can't carry anything else. That's fine though. Lit torches, wolves will not attack you through a lit torch. So if you have a lit torch, you can always switch weapons, and you can always switch to a weapon by just hitting the 2 button. I don't know if you're on console. If you're on PC, if you hit number 2, it switches over to a weapon and it just drops the torch. Well, when the torch is lit, it will drop the torch at your feet. You see these cattails along the river? Always pick up cattails. Early game, the cattails themselves, the cattail stalks give you 150 calories. The cattail head can be used as tinder. Can I play pure pacifist, or is that too hard? You can try it. I mean, it makes survival difficult because you do have to eat. You do have to eat something to survive. And if you aren't catching rabbits, then you know you probably won't be living a whole long time, especially early game. Now we're doing 50 days in every zone. But yeah, if you do pacifist, food will become very hard to come by. You will basically have to hang around the ravine and drink lots of birch bark teas. Plus, it's fun to go hunting. I mean, so far, the only thing we've killed in the game is rabbits. I know you're cold, buddy. Just chill. We already searched that truck. I don't think I looked for a battery in the truck, though. No, no battery. But yeah, food will become very hard to come by. Oh yeah, you can get ptarmigans too. But cattails are a really good food source. They will run out eventually, though, because they never respawn. You can use snares to get rabbits. That's a good way to go too. I am a big proponent of moving in the game. Sitting in one spot in the game will usually get you dead. But there are people who do base up in the game and do quite well. It's a lot harder to do on the harder difficulty levels because loot is very scarce. Seriously, there's a bear over here? We're gonna sneak our way by him. He'll follow the rocks if we throw him. But in the lower difficulty levels, you can be more of a base person because there's a lot more resources. In Interloper, there's a lot less resources, so you can't really base up in a place for a very long time. Or you shouldn't. You also have to remember that as you are in the game, I am a nomad, although I'm a vagrant as well. But you know, you also got to remember that all the stuff in the game has go over there. All the stuff is starting to decay in the game. So the longer you delay looting up the world, the more ruined stuff you're going to come across. That's interesting. This bear guards this cave now. Want to get my birch, baby. Yeah, we're a little cold right now. But yeah, if the bear hasn't noticed you, you can throw rocks and distract him. Oh, Jesus Christ. Suck it, little rabbit. Let's drop him off here. Grab some more stones. We'll also be doing some 7 Days to Die tonight as well. Okay, I don't see the bear now. Good. Get over here. That's where you belong, buddy. All right. No, Mr. Hippity Hop. No, Mr. Hippity Hop had to take a nap. He's just taking a nap. Don't worry about it. He's gonna be fine, boys and girls. He's gonna be fine. He's just sleeping. Oh yeah, I will be picking up Subnautica 2 when it comes out. Yep, Subnautica 2 looks great. At least what I've seen from it so far. I'm excited for it. Usually, yep. A couple cattails down here by the upper falls. I think they learned their... I think they learned Intense from their sort of below expectations game. That they don't need to put a story in it. I mean, that's what made the original Subnautica so charming, is there wasn't really a story in the game. You just played and you kind of figured some story stuff out. Yeah, you were the story. You just kind of figured some stuff out as you went along, and it was like cool. And I hope they took a lesson from that and went, okay, we're gonna make it so we have a, you know, we just have a good experience for the players. That's what made the original Subnautica so good. There was no story. There was nothing in that game that was. I mean, you could sort of say that you basically were finding out information about the ship, but you didn't really have a story other than trying to get off the planet. And there was kind of there was kind of stuff you were finding out about the world as you went along, but it wasn't like an actual, I guess it's the difference between having a story and having a narrative. If that makes sense. It's like, to me, there's like two different things. You can have a story, but when it's a narrative-driven story, then it has to follow a certain path to get from point A to point B to point C to point D. With Subnautica 1, there was no real narrative to the story. You just found out information as you went along, and you kind of pieced together what was happening, which made it pretty cool, because it was really well done. And I think that was part of the charm of it. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing with Below Zero. The story we originally got was completely different than what was given to us in the end. They changed that story like a dozen times before it was all over. Yeah, I thought the original story in Below Zero was kind of cool. It had a feel, I mean, I had a lot of other issues with Below Zero than the story.
I'm not sure I can carry much.
The game design, in my opinion, was a little bit lacking. The world felt very small. It felt very claustrophobic. I mean, I had other issues than just the story. The original Subnautica, there was nothing scarier than going out to the edge and just having that humongous drop-off where the Reapers would come and get you. And just having that drop-off, and you're just like, I wonder what's down there. And you're like, I don't know if I want to go down there. That guy right there. There was nothing scarier than that dude. Yep. That was friggin', I mean, the world just felt so huge. It felt like an actual ocean. And that was the beauty of that first game. Do I still play Escape the Pacific? I haven't played Escape the Pacific in a long while, Legend Game Breakers. I honestly just haven't had time. I just have not had time. How deep is the world? 8,200 meters. We found that out. We found out how deep the world was, didn't we? Didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, the world is 8,200 meters deep. We found that out the hard way. We tried it, we did it. Explain? Yeah, we glitched into the ground. We glitched into the ground and pushed us below the world, and we just kept falling and falling. And then we'd have to, and of course, at that depth, your prawn suit just keeps getting smushed. But we found we could get out of the prawn suit, we could get underneath it and have it balanced on our head. We could repair it, get back inside of it, and we just kept doing that all the way down. It was pretty funny.
Back is getting kind of heavy.
It was pretty friggin' awesome. And we did that all the way down to 8,200 meters. Oh, that was when we just got pushed out and killed.
What the heck just happened?
Yeah, that was our insta-death in Subnautica. That's when we just got insta-killed. To be able to erase my memory and play that game for the first time would be something. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome intense? If I had to lose any memory, I would love to lose the memory of playing Subnautica for the first time. Not knowing what was going to happen to the Sunbeam. Not knowing that, you know, not knowing what was going to happen when we went down into the Lost River area. First time meeting a Leviathan. Oh my god. First time having a Leviathan grab your sea moth and basically munch it. Go chomp, 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 chomp. So we can set up rabbit traps back there. The only problem is that damn... Is that the... There's the bear coming at us again!
Power in the verse can
Good
stop me.
lord! That bear always stands between me and where I want to go. Big jerk. Oh yeah. First time meeting crab squid. First time meeting the warpers. Having them yank you out of your prawn suit and dump you into the ocean. First time going down to the lava zone and seeing the king dude down there. What was he called? Is he the Sea King or the... I forget what he is. Thank you for the follow there, by the way, as well. Foyo Trang. Appreciate that. Very much. The Emperor, yes, yes, the Emperor. The Emperor of the Sea. And no, we aren't talking about One Piece. Glory to the Emperor. Glory. The Lava King. I like Lava King. That sounds cool. She was the Sea Emperor. Okay. Maybe we might as well go over here. Oh, we got a wolf. We got a wolf somewhere. Oh, that's a deer. We got a deer. Okay, can we chase him in? Can we get a wolf? Can we get a wolf to, like, help us out with the deer? But you know, leaving the Subnautica world was such a sad moment, but it was such an awesome moment at the same time. I traded some games on old consoles for the MetaQuest 3 VR. Found out there's a VR mod for 7 Days to Die. Checking it out in the morning. What? That would be scary. Having all those zombies all over you. Where are you going? Where you go, Mr. Deer? Huh? 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 Where you going, buddy? That'd be awesome, though, Heinous Malice. I mean, VR is the future. I mean, it is. It's still... I think it's closer than we think, but it's also further away than we... Good VR is probably further away than we can, than we know. I think it's going to be here before we know it. It's going to be a while before it looks really good, though. Because I think when people think VR, they think along the lines of like Ready Player One type stuff, and it's like, yeah, well, you know, that's possible. I don't think that's improbable. I think it's very possible, but it's just going to take a while. I miss playing Subnautica with vertigo. Is too much for me. I can handle Long Dark for an hour or two at best before I get super dizzy. Okay, we got more rabbits here. Nice. Saw they're releasing Switch 2, making everyone buy everything again. Yeah, well, you know. See how that works out for them. I mean, there's so much competition out there in the game space right now that, you know, I'm sure there will always be people who buy your stuff. You know, but the thing is there going to be a mass appeal for it. Because you got to think of just the normies, the people who are not big, you know, Nintendo, you know, Switch, you know, users, the people that don't love it, you know, the people that don't use it all the time, or people that just have the old one are like, well, I'm good enough, you know. There's just so much competition out there these days that. And then, you know, especially, and you even look at like the video game space. You know, there's all this talk about video games going to $80, $90, $100, and then a game like Expedition 33 comes out for $50. And to me, it seems like it's not the price. It's not that video game prices need to necessarily go up. I'm sure that companies would love them to go up, but it's not so much that they need to go up, it's that the cost of making these video games needs to go down. And when you have these massive studios that are putting out games that have thousands of employees doing them, and then they put it out with microtransactions, online buying. Basically, you buy the game for $80 and you don't own anything. You have like the base game for $80, and then you need to buy another, you know, $200 in DLCs, as well as you know, get online access and all this other stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Intense. It should be a standalone complete product. And when Expedition 33 puts out a standalone complete product for $50. That just makes the entire rest of the industry look like a bunch of idiots. I think most of it has come from these studios have just become overbloated. There's a lot of garbage that goes on in these large studios that doesn't need to be going on. And a lot of it comes from HR, a lot of it comes from their DEI hirings, them having to have this whole department set up to make sure they aren't hurting anybody's feelings. And it's like, it's art. It's probably going to hurt somebody's feelings along the way. There's nothing you can do about it. In fact, I encourage art hurting people's feelings sometimes. Now, there's some, you know, there's of course always a limit to how much you can hurt somebody's feelings, but I encourage art to be sort of pushing the boundaries. Art should always push the boundaries, and video games are art, whether you like it or not. Look at Expedition 33. It's a perfect example of a beautiful game that is a piece of art. And it is a beautiful piece of art. They did a fantastic job with that game. We got a little bit of water. Well, and that's the thing is, you know, Christoph, there's other games like Stellaris that, yes, you know, and I appreciate it when DLC comes out for stuff. And I think it should come out for stuff, especially to keep titles going. I'm mainly talking about, you know, them putting out a brand new game and they already have the next 10 DLCs planned and in the chute ready to go because they're like, well, we're going to sell you this $80 game, but we already have the next 10 DLCs ready to go that we're going to sell you as well. It's like, well, why couldn't you just put those in the original game and then, you know, down the road, if the game is good, to me, it seems like the video game studio is putting the cart before the horse. They don't even know if their game is going to be popular, and they're already planning ahead to put DLCs out. I don't mind a game that becomes popular. Like say Expedition 33 put a DLC out right now. You know, or a year down the road, Expedition 33 was like, hey, by the way, we're going to put a DLC out that's going to add a bunch of different story stuff, that's going to add some new characters. People would be all for it. But we would also know instinctively that they didn't plan to do that. That was an offshoot of their success instead of being a planned out thing just to suck more money out of you. I think that's the difference. People get annoyed when they feel like this was already a planned thing just to suck more money away from you than a natural outgrowth of the product being popular and the studio wanting to give you more. And most people understand if the studio is going to give you more, they should charge you more. Like with the DLC for Long Dark or the DLCs for Stellaris. You know, they keep the game going in that way. But it was never, I mean, if Stellaris had been a complete flop, let's say Stellaris was a complete flop, nobody played it, nobody liked it, they would never put out DLCs for it. But a lot of these games come out with DLCs already planned. You know, they got their 2-year Game Pass plan already out, basically just to keep sucking money out of you. And they're charging you money on top. They're charging you a premium cost on top of that for the game originally. Now, if you talk about like free-to-play games, I don't mind free-to-play games with that sort of thing. If it's a free-to-play game, you already know, you should know going into a free-to-play game, you're the product. You are what's being sold. You are the they're depending on you to keep their game project afloat. And if you appreciate the game and you like the game, put some money into it, you know? But yeah, drip feeding is not cool at all. I think that's a scummy practice, but it's what a lot of these big studios do, because these big studios are sort of in a catch-22 where they have these huge, 1,000-person teams making a game, and they got to pay those people. Where 30 people made the Expedition 33. Tyler made Schedule 1. One dude makes a game that outdoes Assassin's Creed. That's pretty freaking ridiculous. Exactly. That's the thing, is Tyler made Schedule 1, and it outsold, Assassin's Creed Shadow, whatever that game was, and, Graveyard Keeper, Stardew Valley. I mean, I think the more that these AAA studios push on upping their game costs and stuff, most of us normal people out here, we have a budget of money that we can spend on games. And if I have a choice of buying 4 games for the price of 1 game, unless that one game is really, 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 really freaking amazing, I'm going to choose to buy 4 games that are good and play those than buy the one game that, it may or may not be good. Who knows? It may be good. Al made Pal World, that exploded. I didn't even finish Schedule 1, but I feel I got my money's worth out of it, and I'm happy I didn't even happy with it, even though I didn't play it anymore. Yeah. Oh, AI made Pal World, yeah. AI, Al. It's Al. That's Al. You wrote Al. Al made Pal World. That's what I see in chat, is Al. What are you talking about? You said Al. You said Al in chat. That's what I read. Am I taking crazy pills here? I should have dropped those last night and have them cured. But you could buy Borderlands and then sell your card to get day 1 DLC pass with all kinds of skins. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, microtransactions are not going anywhere. I refuse to participate in microtransactions. I think microtransactions are they're a bane of video games, but I understand that. Think that WoW was the very first company. Well, WoW was not the very first company. WoW was not the first company to spearhead subscription play. I was playing EverQuest 1, which was a subscription-based service way before WoW was ever anything. WoW popularized it, but WoW was not the originator of that sort of thing. I don't think EverQuest was even the originator of it, but EverQuest was the first subscription base I ever did. Where EverQuest was like $15 a month to play. And, and then when EverQuest 2 and WoW came out, EverQuest 2 was not as good as WoW. It was not as well received as WoW. Was that a sub? Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a subscription that you signed up monthly for a subscription to EverQuest to play. You bought the game and then you downloaded stuff, and then you could buy the expansions if you wanted to, and you paid $15 a month to play EverQuest. Or you could do it for a yearly. You could do a yearly thing if you wanted to, because that was available as well. But yeah, you know, WoW really popularized that. It was kind of sad. I think it was kind of sad when the subscription stuff went away. WoW was the first one to put a microtransaction into a game, though. I believe they were the first one to put like an actual micro into the game, and that was with like there was like some mount or some horse or something like that they put into the game, or it was like horse armor or something like that. EverQuest is what encouraged Blizzard to make Battle.net way back in the 90s. Yeah. Paid for a name change. It was €6. I used to play Eve, then it became more expensive to pay to win. Nope, I'm out laters. Yeah. I paid €6 for a changing of a line of code. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the microtransactions are definitely, there's something I don't like to participate in. So. And you know, so I personally thought subscription to EverQuest was really a good thing, because it kind of, it in a way, it kind of gatekeeped the game, but I think it gatekeeped the game in a good way, because it kept people out of the game that were just there to troll. People who did not take the game seriously did not play EverQuest. And I didn't even mind it if people had like 4 or 5 accounts. It's like, hey, you're paying for 4 or 5 accounts. You can have as many accounts as you want to. I thought it was a good thing. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. Goodbye, Mr. Rabbit. Breakfast! Oblivion, the first package set of home. Oh, it's for Oblivion Steeds. Oh, was that Oblivion? Okay. According to Google, so that was the horse armor. Okay. For Oblivion Steeds. Okay. So that was Oblivion. I'm sorry. WoW. It was not you. Mech Warrior 5 gives 5 decently priced DLCs. Kept promising the clan DLCs. Then released a standalone full release at $43.99.
Someplace to escape this cold.
According to Google, that was the first microtrans. It was still Bethesda, yeah. Well, and you know, microtransactions aren't going anywhere. I just feel it's scummy to put microtransactions in full price games. I don't mind microtransactions in free to play games. You know, I don't mind microtransaction in a game that's otherwise free to play, because honestly, how do you think they're going to make their money off? You know, they aren't. Game manufacturers are not in the business to, you know, just give out free stuff. Imagine how much money companies must make selling virtual items. Oh yeah, well, and virtual items take nothing to make. I mean, that's the thing. Virtual items do not take anything to really, there's no tangible value to them because they don't take anything to make. It's not like you have to make it with anything. You write a little bit of code, you put it in there, you make sure it works with the rest of the stuff in the game, and you're good to go. Especially like skins for like armors and stuff. You already have the model for how the armor should look on the person, and then you just change it a little bit. It's like, that can't be that difficult. I'm not a coder, but I'm sure I could probably figure that out. I don't think I can make a fire with a mag lens, but we'll give it a try. No. Can I do it with a fire striker and a stick? Yeah, there we go. I mean, League's a massive success story. I wish other companies would follow their pricing structure. Well, I mean, and the thing is that there is a lot of move, especially in the EU, to get rid of some of the predatory practices that a lot of these companies use, especially on people who are not of age to buy these products. Because there is a lot of predatory stuff out there where, you know, you buy you buy Farkle dollars, and then you can turn them into Sparkle coins, and then you can buy an in-game skin. And somewhere between them being real dollars, Farkle dollars, and Sparkle coins, you're like, well, how much is a Sparkle coin worth in real dollars? Well, nobody knows. You know, you can figure it out, but that would require people doing math. You know, and so I know the EU is starting to do some stuff where they actually are making it so that you have to put on there, okay, even though you're spending Sparkle coins that you bought with your Farkle dollars, that you bought with your real money, it's going to show you on the Sparkle coins how much that would equate to in real dollars if you were to actually spend real dollars on it. It's just transparency. The games don't want them. Any game that has more than one currency is just trying to scam you. That's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to scam you. They want to confuse you. And the other thing the other predatory practice they do is they make you buy, you know, 10,000 or say 5,000 Sparkle coins, but the item you want is 6,500 Sparkle coins or 650 Sparkle coins, but you can only buy them in 500 allotments. You can only buy them in allotments of 500. So now what do you do with the other Sparkle coins that you have that you can't buy anything with? So I think they're stopping that practice as well. Or they can't just sell you because that's a practice they do all the time too. Can I explain what I did to the wolf? I told him to piss off.
Can't feel my feet.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of it's just predatory practices on the company's part, and they know exactly what they're doing. They got their metrics. They're like, hey, for most people that want to buy the $650 skin or the 650 coin skin, they're gonna have to buy 2 packs of the Sparkle coins, and then they won't. They'll probably not spend any of the rest of them. Or if they want to buy another skin, they'll have to buy another pack. They'll have to buy 3 packs to buy 2 skins, and then have a whole bunch of Sparkle coins left over. Virtual Kings is Virtual Kings of the Heap is Star Citizen, but number 2 has to be Bethesda with Atom Shop and Fallout. Well, and then, you know, and you also have I offer you a discount voucher with a timer on it. Yeah, and that's got to end too. Those practices need to end because that puts the fear of missing out on people. That gives people a false FOMO. Okay, so if you got a wolf on you, like this guy's on us right now, if you hit the 2 button, it'll drop the torch at your foot and put a rock in your hand. You can then aim the rock at the wolf. He'll charge you, and then as long as the torch is burning at your foot, he'll just run right by. He'll be like, and he'll run right by. Yeah, the fear of missing out thing is something they need to stop doing too, because there's no fear of missing out. Oh no, if you don't buy it right now, you won't get the 50% off an item. Just don't fall for Sparkle coins, boys and girls. Sparkle coins are not worth anything. Personally, I wish that all games were forced to get rid of their in-game currency. If they were using in-game currency as a state, if there's any sort of barrier between your real money and the in-game currency, they should get rid of the in-game currency. If they're using in-game currency as a barrier between you and spending real money. Everything should just be a real money cost. It should say you have to spend X amount on this item. This item is going to cost you $20. This item is costing you $7.99 or whatever it is. Because a lot of people can figure out how much stuff is costing them, but a lot of people can't. You got to remember, most people are not, they're not that smart. Let's just put it that way. All right, we're going to drop this torch from our inventory because then it won't scare the rabbit away. We're going to crouch. There we go. Yeah, WoW starting selling their own good, yep. Yeah, if you can't beat them, join them. That's true. They saw the writing on the wall. I mean, I'll admit intense. Towards my 1 year in EverQuest, I paid for Christmas selling gold. And this was back in the shady days of selling gold. When you got on, you made the deal with whatever, you know, you had to hope it was a reputable company. You'd meet one of their agents in game, you'd hand over your 1,000,000 gold, and then you had a very tense 5 minutes waiting to see if their payment actually hit your account. Now, once you learned who was good and who wasn't, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal, but man, that first transaction, I mean, I was like, dude, this is a million platinum that I'm giving up. 1,000,000 platinum, that I'm giving up in EverQuest. And back in, and you gotta remember, back in original EverQuest, so in EverQuest 2, the conversion rate is 10 to 1. So it's 10 copper for a silver, 10 silver for a gold, 10 gold for a platinum. In EverQuest 1, it was 100 to 1. It was 100 copper for 1 silver, 100 silver for 1 gold, 100 gold for 1 platinum. So we're talking a magnitude that was unseen. I mean, it was crazy in EverQuest 1. And I had probably, I was a big seller of stuff in EverQuest 1. I think I had about, well, when I did my big sell, I had probably about 30 million gold, 30 million platinum, somewhere around there. And I sold off about half of it. And I think at that point it was going for about $60 or $70 per million platinum or something like that. Or 100,000. I forget what it was. It was a lot of money for what I had. Well, this is awkward. There should be a cave right up here, though. Yep, there's the cave entrance, right? You can see. That's funny. You can see the cave entrance, even though I can't see the mountain. I can see the cave. I can see the cave entrance. That's hilarious. The cave entrance is like, hello. Why, hello there. Well, I mean, gold farming and platinum farming in EverQuest 1 was a big deal. Oh, this cave actually has a bed in it, too. Interesting. Interesting. That's kind of cool. But yeah, there was a lot of gold farming going on and platinum farming back in the day. I never needed to farm it. I just made stuff. Because back in the old EverQuest days, you had to have skill. You had to have a lot of your spells had to be made by somebody, because you couldn't just buy all of your spells, so you had to have them made. And I was and getting high level skill spell making was really hard to achieve, first of all, and there was always a chance of failing when you did it. Even if you had your skill maxed out, there was still about a 20% chance that you were going to fail the combine. So you had to gather the materials to make the combine in the first place, and then you had to pray that you didn't fail the combine, because then you lost all your materials. So it was spell making back then was a very specialized talent, and I was one of the best ones on our server, and I made a lot of very expensive spells that sold for, you know, on average they'd sell for 50,000 gold a piece or something like that. So I was making a lot of money. Because usually the components, you could find the components, there were a few rare components, but most of the components you could find for less than 1/100th of what the spell would cost if you could combine it. But that's the thing, is the components themselves had no value until they were combined into a spell. And so most people didn't care if they sold them for a lot of money or not, because there was only me and about 6 other crafters on the server that could make those spells in the first place. How much did I get for my gold? Oh, I made like $600 right before Christmas. I made about $600 right before Christmas. I did a bunch of sales. Made a bunch of money. I was a little shy on cash that year, so I was like, hey, you know, I'll try this selling stuff. So I sold a bunch of platinum on the EverQuest server. I was like, yeah, if they, you know, and at that point, it was still illegal to do it, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it was a bannable offense, but I was like, I don't care. If they ban me, they ban me. Whatever. They didn't really enforce it on EverQuest though very much. There was a lot of scams that went on back then though too. There was a lot of people who got scammed and lost their platinum. There was a couple of good reputable gold factories back then, but they didn't really. It was so new that a lot of the because you got to also remember before, because EverQuest instituted. Let me rewind. Back in the day, the only way to buy and sell stuff from other players for gold was to go and stand in the zone and announce in general chat that you had an item for sale. You couldn't actually put something on a market to sell it. You had, the West Common Lands was probably the best place to sell stuff. So there would be people standing in the West Common Lands cave, generally under the first torch, the second torch, or the middle area, and they would shout out in zone, "Hey, I have 20 bone chips to sell, 2 platinum. Come to me at the first torch and I'll sell them to you." So that was really the only way to transfer money between players at that point. With the introduction of the Lucklin update, update to the game where they introduced Cherval and a bunch of zones, a whole new area to the game, they introduced what they called the Bazaar. And the Bazaar, you could put your character AFK in the Bazaar, but you had to be online. You could not do this offline. You had to leave your character online in the Bazaar, AFK, and you could go through and individually price things that you had in your backpack. This was like the most rudimentary Bazaar ever, but you could do it, and you could sell stuff in the Bazaar that way. Now, later on, they changed the Bazaar so you could be offline, so that your character didn't have to actually be online. You could basically set them up to be in the Bazaar when you had to be in the Bazaar, but then you could go offline and your character would stay in the game with your items for sale. And that's when the gold and platinum selling really took off, because before that, there was no reason to buy or sell gold from anybody because you couldn't do anything with it. There was no real convenient way to buy and sell stuff between players, other than, like I said, standing in the Bazaar and announcing that you had things to sell, or standing in the Common Lands and announcing that you had things to sell. There was no real convenient way to do it before that. So the gold selling and gold farming didn't really happen until probably 2000. When did Shards of Lucklin? Let's see. No, those are all. Yeah, Shadows of Lucklin, that's what it was. So they had Ruins of Kunark, Scars of Ella, Shadows of Lucklin. That dropped in 2001. That dropped in 2001, and that was sort of the birth of platinum farming in EverQuest. Then Plains of Power came out, which was the game killer. That was the game killer for EverQuest, in my opinion. Their 4th expansion. They now have, what, 31 expansions now? Holy crap. And then now capped at level 125. Wow. Yeah, Planes of Power sort of ruined the game in my opinion, but that's just me. But yeah, Ruins of Kunark, Scars of Velius was great. The original game had a level cap of 50. When Ruins of Kunark came out, the level cap went up to 60. And it went up to 65 when Planes of Power came out. Wasn't online banking back then kind of not a thing? Yeah, most of it was all over PayPal. It was pretty much all over PayPal intense. You had to trust people to send you money on PayPal. So you had to give up your PayPal information to actually have them send you money. Which in my opinion is a little scary. Thinking about it now. Looking at it now, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe we actually did that. But yeah, we did that. Okay, I can make some Bannock. I can also make some teas. Let's make a couple Bannock. And then, yeah, and then Shadows of Lucklin came out. And that came out, so they had Ruins of Kunark in March of 2000, then Scars of Velius in December of 2000. We had an entire year. I joined actually playing EverQuest during 2000 when Scars of Velius had just come out, so I was too low level to go there. And then Shadows of Lucklin came out in December of 2001. And then the next year, in October of 2002 is when Planes of Power came out. Now, they started having a lot of little updates after that, which kind of sucked. In my opinion, the little updates kind of sucked. Then they started adding in... the big problem that I had with Planes of Power was not so much the expansion itself, because it did offer a lot of cool zones to go and explore. But Planes of Power switched EverQuest it switched it over to more of a raiding type game than anything else. After Planes of Power came out, everybody just wanted to raid, because that's where all the good loot was. You couldn't find really good loot in non-raidable zones anymore. You had the only zones that had good loot, you had to have a raid of people to go into. You couldn't go into zones with a group and find some really cool piece of loot. Before that, you could go into certain zones and find some really neat loot in certain zones. But after Planes of Power, it was all about raid gear and raid gear and raid gear and raid gear, and it just got boring. EverQuest became more of a job than a fun game to play at that point. Because you had to show up, you had to have raid gear, you had to be specced out in certain things. They didn't like it if you didn't have certain gear. You had to have your epic. There were all these prerequisites just to be able to play with people, and it was like, okay, this is kind of annoying now. So I stopped playing shortly after. Well, Legacy of Yeshka came out, Lost Dungeons of North came out, and then Gates of Discord came out in February of 2004, and that was the last time. That was the last time I really played. That's the last time I really played the game, because it just started to get very repetitive and very boring after that. And I wasn't having fun anymore. And then EverQuest 2 came out in 2004, so I was like, well, I'll switch over and play some of that, because I probably will enjoy that, so. I did stream, that's what I started streaming here on Twitch, was EverQuest. EverQuest 2, actually. Yep. I started streaming, that's what I started streaming as EverQuest 2, back in the day. I started at the very beginning of the game. Yep, that's my first video right there. Day 1, start of the adventure. Good God, I look young, and the quality of my video is horrible. I can go up to 720, but that's about it. My stream looks so goofy. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I was a youngin'. I was a youngin' back then. Oh no, I was 40. I was 46 at the time. No, I was 46 at the time. Yeah. Or was I 36? 46? 36? 46? 46. Yeah, I was 46. Yeah, it was 2016. I'm so high-tech now. Oh, no, I'm nowhere near high-tech now. Let's just pass time for an hour. That'll get us a good save point. There we go. We got a good save point. Sweet! Let's see how far we are into it now. We are... Oh, actually, one thing I should do is just map real quick. So here we are right there. So the Lonely Homestead's there. So that's the birch forest there. Kind of getting an idea. Here's these caves along. That's that cave we stayed in up there that leads up to Coastal Highway. And then this is a cave down here on the river. The Lonely Homestead's there. There's all the Point of Disagreement, Mystic Falls picnic area, that area up there. Shame it doesn't say unregistered Hypercam 2 at the top for true experience. Hey, I had gear. I just bought myself a cheap camera for that. I had a nice cheap camera, and I had a headphone mic, the whole 9 yards back then. So, yep, I had the whole thing going on. Okay, so oh, that's cool. Okay, I see so somebody was saying that I could set up a YouTube video that then I could just transfer over to that one and be a new video. So we're gonna try that today. Because we're gonna be switching over and playing our Progressive Nightmare. So this will be, oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Okay, let's do this the right way. We're gonna try to do this the proper way. And see if this will actually work. I hear you, Wolf. I hear you. I hear you. I don't know if this will work or not. We'll see. We will see if it'll work. 7 Days to Die. There we go. Okay. Redirects. Allow you to keep viewers engaged. Add a live stream or premiere for people to watch after yours ends. Oh, okay, so I can't do... I'd have to do that. Okay. Interesting. I may have to do that. Schedule for... I can do it for 6:15. There we go. We'll set that up. Video quality is unreal. How much has changed since then? Yes, it is. Hey, Ipe, how you doing? He's aged like fine wine. The stuff we put out the cigarettes in? Thanks. Thanks. Okay, so that's ready to go. So how do I take my current video that we're watching right now? How do you raid up or like send people over from one video, from one broadcast to the next? I don't know how to do that. Maybe it's in the nope, not there. I'm doing tech stuff. Oh, it's always an adventure. It's always an adventure when I'm doing tech stuff on stream. And then we have a wolf howling, wolf howling in the distance. Okay, do I do it from here? Do I do it from edit video, maybe? No. Maybe I have to set it up. Maybe I have to set it up beforehand to do it. That might be it. I may have to set it up before I may have to set that up before I go live. To send it over. All right. Well, anyway, boys and girls, I'm going to leave you here. We'll be back in like a couple minutes and we will get going on our next adventure. So, thank you so much everybody for coming by on the YouTube side. I was hoping that I could just figure a way to send it over to the new video, but I can't. So, bye YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. See y'all later on. Or can I raid? Can I raid? No, I can't. Okay. Bye.